and this ain't financial advice. Sundaeswap's testnet is going live. Probably one of the most anticipated DEXs, decentralized exchanges, coming to the Cardano blockchain. And this video is to set expectations, realistic expectations. But before we get into that, let's take a look at what the market is doing. If we peek down at the market, Bitcoin at 57,147, Ethereum at 4583, Binance Coin at 624, Solana 227. They're pumping off their news of the grayscale, and Cardano at $1.54. So big things coming with the Sundaeswap. So if you are delegated to our pool, Nerd 2 or Nerd 1, well, it's actually not Nerd 1, it's just Nerd, you will receive Sunday tokens for participating in the ISO. This is very, very exciting. Let me shout out the delegators. 54,000 into the Nerd node. 197,000 from Nerd into Nerd 2. Thank you, sir. You are a legend and a hero. 12,000 to the Nerd node. 472,000 out of Daddy War Chest into the Nerd node. That's what I'm talking about. We're making blocks. 24,000 to the Nerd node. Over here to the 197 to the Nerd node. 29,000 to the Nerd node. 14,000 to the Nerd node. 35,000 to the Nerd node. This is Nerd 2. Come delegate to Nerd 2. Let's get it up. You'll get Sunday for Nerd or Nerd 2. 35,000 to the Nerd node. 78,530 into the Nerd node. 31,000 to the Nerd node. And 546,000 like a Panzer tank into the Nerd node. So here we go. So really, really exciting stuff that we're going to be one of the nodes that is going to be supporting the Sundaeswap network. Oh, wait. You know what? I want to bring something up before we even get into that. I was watching the Crypto Crow. Now, I know people are, they have mixed feelings about the Crypto Crow. They're like, he was a swinger and he used to be in the MMA and blah, 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 and this and that. I don't know anything about him other than what I've seen him do on YouTube. Okay, I've read those things in the comments, and I'm like, what are they saying? But also, I've read things about myself in the comments where I'm like, what are you saying? Crypto Crow brought up a very good point, and I'm going to bring it up right now. Yes, the price has dipped in Cardano. Weekends have gotten shaken out, and I'm just repeating what Jason was saying because it's a very, very valid point. Okay, if you look at Cardano, even though the price has dipped, 72.1% has been staked. Now, that tells you that the fundamentals, the people who believe in the fundamentals of this project have not been shaken out at all. It's the other 28%. It's the weak hands, the paper hands, the new hands in the ecosystem. So the people, the 72% who said, no, you know what, I'm going to stake it, hold it, sit it, wait it, and bake it with Nerd 2. Those people haven't lost any faith. I mean, just if you're just going on the numbers here, we're about to break 1 million delegation wallets. Okay? So we have the Sundaeswap. So just let that was Crypto Crow's point, and I think it's a very, very valid point. Only the amount of staked has only increased. I don't know why you wouldn't stake at this point, by the way. You're paid to save, basically, after about 15 to 20 days when you're staked. Stake with Nerd 2. But we have some interesting news coming. Cardano-based DEX announces the date of the testnet launch this December 5th. And I like how they used a real Sunday, not some of the Sundaeswap's awesome graphics. Come on, you got to use the Sundaeswap graphics. I'm going to read this article, and we're going to stop and go because it's very important that we set realistic expectations for this. This is a test net, okay? Think of it like a crash test, okay? If they do a crash test with a vehicle and it buckles up and everyone in the car gets decapitated, they're going to have to make some changes to the car, okay? That's why they don't release it to the general public. They have to do a lot of testing. Okay, so you saw MinSwap, that was trial by fire. They launched, and Twitter cryptosphere, or whatever you want to call it. By the way, follow me on Twitter at Yacht Wallace and on Instagram. Critters Cryptosphere. It's a tongue tire. On the Cryptosphere on Twitter, MinSwap got just slammed. They were like, but they didn't just slam MinSwap. They slammed Cardano. And I don't think that's fair at all, being that was a test net too. So you have Sundaeswap releasing this test net, and I can assure you there's a very high probability that there's going to be bugs when you put this load on the network. There's going to be some problems. That's the point of this, is to identify problems. It's not if it goes up and it runs perfectly, I would have a lot of questions. I'd say, are you sure it's good? Are you sure it's perfect? If your test net doesn't identify any kind of problem at all, you've either done the greatest job ever, or you haven't effectively tested it. Because testing requires breaking things. Now, other programs and products like to test things on the audience with their dollars. So we're going to follow this very, very closely. Let's take a peek back down here. I'm going to read through this with y'all. Very cool article. Let's sample some flavors from Sundaeswap's testnet announcement. We're overjoyed to announce that our testnet will launch on the evening of Sunday, December 5th. The rest of this article will explore what to expect, how to get involved. A testnet serves a number of purposes. First and foremost, to identify any bugs that come from being used by thousands of users with fresh eyes, as opposed to developers and auditors who've been working on it for months. Because of this, we are expecting bugs. Do you hear that? We are expecting bugs, okay? Because all the ETH maxis, all the Solana VCs, everybody and their mother who doesn't have a bag of Cardano is going to be like, that doesn't work, burn it down. It's like, calm your jets, okay? It's a test net, please. We are expecting bugs, and we are eager to hear about them. You can submit feedback and bug reports via this forum. Second, it provides an opportunity for us to I can't read right now. It provides an opportunity for us to provide a gentle on-ramp and training in a low-risk environment for the scooper. That's us, nerd number 2. And that the community recently has selected to run the network. We'll start with the network running on our nodes and slowly bring the scoopers online, training them on the software we've built and transitioning the protocol to being entirely run by them. That's us. As a reminder, scoopers are stake pool operators that help batch and process transactions on the DEX. See here for more details. You guys can click on that on your own. Third, a testnet helps to identify unexpected bottlenecks and inefficiencies. And we are now very close to our launch. We have to be careful to consider not just ourselves, but the ecosystem in which we exist. This is where you can help. Cardano, being at the start of its DeFi lifecycle, has set network parameters such as block size, CPU limit, and memory limit conservatively. As the team at IOG has communicated recently, they intend to raise these limits slowly and carefully over time. As part of their process to raise these limits further, they first want to observe extended periods of heavy traffic in a testnet environment and monitor the fundamental performance metrics of the network. Now, let me just go back to the testnet. I'm not gonna let this go. It's a testnet, okay? Not a mainnet. It's a testnet. If there is a big problem with Sundaeswap, okay, you can bet Twitter maxis, crypto, ETH maxis, whatever you want to call them, Bitcoin maxis, are going to savagely attack. But I bet you that 72% doesn't waver very much, even if the price fluctuates, because it's the 28% of that price that's on the exchanges that is actively, theoretically being traded, not the 72% that is staked and baked with Nerd. So, Cardano, being at the start of its DeFi lifecycle, has set network parameters, block, extend it as part of the process, testnet, okay. To that end, we've had extensive discussions with them and agreed on this collaborative effort. So they're collaborating with IOG to generate and analyze this load. Our testnet is the perfect opportunity to put parameters. I guess my mouse needs a battery. Put new parameters under load so that they can assess performance and further raise these limits. Without further ado, here is how everyone in Sundaeswap community can help to get involved. Once the testnet goes live, use our faucet to grab a set of play tokens. So they'll have play tokens that you can test the swap on it and see if you can discover a bug. This stuff is very important. It's important that you participate in this community because, folks, when we work together, we get stronger together. I truly believe that as somebody who's worked at many companies, when the company works together, they're stronger, as opposed to if everyone scatters and it's all a disaster. There's no unity without community. Okay, so expect bugs. That's what a testnet is for. Okay, thank you. Some reasonable. Using Yoroi or NAMI, swap these tokens around. So you can use your Yoroi up here in your Chrome extension browser. There's probably a link to the Yoroi wallet in the description below. Decide which flavor you like the best and try to get as many as you can, or stay diversified and balance your portfolio carefully. Provide your feedback to us about your experience and what you would like to see via this form. Finally, if you're a developer of another project, we invite you to create a pool for your project's test tokens to play around with that experience as well. We have been waiting for a long time to share this experience with you and with our scoopers. I mean, this has been going on for some time. And you know what? I watching this project from the beginning, where quite frankly, I was quite skeptical. I mean, I'm naturally skeptical of any new project at the beginning of anything. So it's not Sunday independent. It's pretty much everything in crypto, because once you've been in crypto long enough, you realize how many projects just in general statistically fail, or you'll see these rug pulls, or you'll just see, outright. There's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, if you guys saw the Sundaeswap website, you would know what I'm talking about. Not saying that Sundaeswap's bad. I'm just saying it's questionable at best. We have been waiting for a long. It's the poor man's Sundaeswap, oatmeal swap. We have been waiting for a long time to share this experience with you and with our scoopers. We are excited to pass this milestone and see what the community does with this opportunity. After the testnet has finished, we will summarize what we've learned and provide a detailed roadmap towards launch. Sounds pretty clear-cut, pretty straightforward, and I would encourage all of you to participate this on December 5th. You're actively playing a role in ushering in the decentralized finance ecosystem in Cardano. Nerd and Nerd 2, Wallace Inc., this whole experience of building a company right here in front of you, it blows my mind a lot of the times, because I can't believe what I'm being a part of, delivering just the idea that maybe I'll be part of delivering and ushering in the DeFi lifecycle of Cardano is a proud moment for myself, and I think for everybody who's been a part of this channel and a part of our pools. And we definitely started with humble beginnings. We've grown a lot. We've made partnerships, and I think that there's a long way to go. And I think bright days are ahead of us, but don't expect people in this marketplace to not try to pull you down, and it's sad. It's like people think of people, not even of companies, but people who try to push other people down to feel better about themselves, where they can't stand on their own merits. What does it say about those people? And what does it say about a company that does something like that they think the path to success is tearing everyone else down? I don't see that in Cardano. And that's one of the things that attracted me towards Charles and towards the community here. It sounds corny, it sounds cheesy, especially in crypto, because you know what? There aren't really a lot of, in my opinion, legitimate communities in crypto. It's very much like a dog-eat-dog world, cutthroat market. And Cardano is unique in the way that it has fostered what I would call the strongest independent community in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, period. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you leave me a comment down below. Love to hit 10,000 subscribers. Folks, I was out the other day at the restaurant, and I was using my BlockFi card. I got to tell you, I do love this card. It's just a conversation starter. It really is, especially for your anti-Bitcoin people, because it's like, hey, it's got a Bitcoin on it, and it's got a Visa on it. Visa and Bitcoin. Okay, how can you challenge that? Hello? Check this card out. Check the special link in the description below. It's like, you know, if your great uncle's like, that Bitcoin is a scam. You're like, okay, well, do you know more than Visa? Okay, because they're seemingly partnered with the Bitcoin company. Okay, it's quite an interesting card. I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.
Steak with Nord